Hello, my wonderful Biafran brothers and sisters, ladies and gentlemen of the press, my viewers and subscribers all over the world. I welcome you all to this early Wednesday morning broadcast. When I still remember, my name never changed. I'm Indian from the platform of Okute Daily Talk. Now here I bring this Obonga news you can't give on. There's something that is going on now, and it is very, very necessary I bring this to the notice of all the Biafrans, because that is our duty in this media business of 18. The Fulanis and the Yorubas now, they have joined hands together, despite the fact that it has been happening before or since. But now it is really open to the eyes of every Biafrans, every Southeasterners, and every Igbo man to know that they are colonizing us the second time. With the help of the United Nations and UK, coupled with the US and other Western allies, they are colonizing us once again. The presence of UK consulates in Enugu state, it speaks a lot of volume to this effect. But nobody sees it this direction. But I'm a spiritual man, and I can say things whenever it's about to happen. And there's names of our so-called politicians who are helping these people to make sure that their plans is materializing. I will call their names here so that you get to know them. Anywhere you see them, just let them know that Biafrans can never be colonized again. We have made the mistake at the initial time that this time around there's nothing of such. The likes of Hope Uzodimma is among the names of those helping the Fulanis and the Yorubas want to colonize the Biafrans. In other words, we are going to turn to their slaves. The number 2 on our list is David Umahi. He's a betrayer, a saboteur, and also one of the tools they are using in this colonization of 18. Number 3 on our list is Peter Mba of Enugu State. That one is also a saboteur and the tools in the hand of the so-called Fulanis and cabals in Asorok. Number 4 will surprise you. His name is nothing but the former governor of Rivers State, Mazi Nyesom Wike. He is among those people that is helping the Fulani control government of Nigeria want to take over the Biafra land. That is why you see all this suppression. Let me bring this to your notice. Do you know that Nigerian government have approved the purchase of 12 attack helicopters for the military? I can categorically tell you that these 12 attack helicopters will have nothing to do with the the northeast, northwest, and north central, where bandits, kidnapping, mamming, what will I call it? Terrorism is on a high rise. But their focus now will be to Anambra State. Be rest assured that these 12 helicopters, attack helicopters they want to purchase now, each state of the 5 southeastern states will get one. Each state will get one. Anambra 1, Enugu State 1, Abia 1, then Ebonyi 1, and Abia State 1. Go and mark this word, because that is the plan of the what do they call them? The UK to take over the Biafrans. That is why you see that plan with Peter Mba to have what they call a medium consulate office in Enugu State. Not because they have the interest of the Southeasterners at heart who want to travel down to UK or any other part of the world, but simply because they have a hidden plan concerning the Southeasterners. They have tried everything humanly possible to subdue the Biafrans, to succumb to their pressure. But the more they subdue the Biafrans, the more the pressure keep on rising. By holding Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, they think that everything will die down. But my dear brothers and sisters, everything still increasing. Even the tempo is more higher now than before. That is why you see they devised every means to make sure that the Biafrans was shut down. If any of the security personnel, either army, police, or whatever, is being killed in the southeastern part of the country, you will find out that they go to the villages, ransack everywhere, kill people and burn their houses, and display people of their ancestral lands. But such a thing will happen in the southwest, south, and what they call it, and northeast, northwest, and north central, nothing will be done. A DPO was beheaded in Obiakpo local government area of Rivers State. Beheaded live, they behead the man. Do you hear they go to begin to attack the communities there? There is a very high tension, heinous crime of, hey, do you know what it means beheading somebody? The person died in pains. But what's the thing? Did you hear it? When the so-called whether Biafra Nations League or Biafra Legion Army had one military girl who came down to the east to visit her mother and strip her naked, according to the news then. What happened? Do you know that every community in that very area, Okigwe, was burnt down by the military personnel? Another here, for you to know that even the governor of Imo State, the so-called President General, what they call him, Emmanuel, he's saying name that Chief Emmanuel Iwanyan, did not say anything. All the prominent people in the Igbo land, no one is commenting simply because they are the one that is facilitating this second colonization of the Biafrans. My dear, anyway, where you see this message, do me one favor. Help me share this message. I want to nakareka kan so nka na Igbo. I want to nakareka o Biafrans, ndị Igbo make una wake up. If you allow these people to conquer the Biafrans, my dear, we will become slaves in the hands of the Fulanis and the Yorubas for the entire life. And our future generation will never forgive us if we allow that to happen. This is not a warning, but I am passing on a message of hope. A message for we to strategize. Even if they are holding Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, they never hold the 70 or 75 million Biafrans. Let us do what? Let us chua ewoje nehiye before cheje. Uta kon ham no. I rest my case. Anyway, my wonderful people, make on hear the headline. We will carry come here for you today. Dave Umahi, who is the puppet of the Fulanis, make on hear what he talk in defense of the so-called president of the Fulani government of Nigeria, who go to use a woman certificate, come present to INEC. Now he's begging and even on his knees, asking the court in US, say, I beg you, may wo make on no release this transcript to article. What does that signify? It lets you people know that the problem we are having here in Nigeria today, US, is 98% behind it. If the school, I mean the university in what they call it in Chicago, can be lying to the Nigerians, over 200 million Nigerians, nobody is saying anything. They leave the fight for only article. The only thing that they use are protection on the street is Mobad. Why their country is Mobading? Their country is dying. Those who presented WAEC certificates are challenging Tinubu, Umahi, slams article, and P2B, betrayers of the highest order. Mixed reactions as Link Bridge collapses, traps car in Enugu state. We can no longer sleep with our two eyes closed. Afenifere to Tinubu Sebi, none of the jump up say, we will wait for you. We will wait for you, it is our turn. Emiloko, now. And I go collect Emiloko insecurity as well now. No be so the thing be, na so the thing be. Anyway, my wonderful people, I beg you, when you get this message, help me share, like, comment. Let people know that these are the people who are championing the insecurity in our land. Their names have been listed. Anywhere you see them, whether by prayer, by incantation, or by Babalawo, abi by Ogun, by Amadioha, my dear brothers, showcase their pictures there. They need to pay for their sins. They have committed a lot of atrocities in the land of the Southeasterners. The Minister of Works, David Umahi, has called on the presidential candidate of the People's Democratic Party, Atiku Abubakar, and the Labour Party, and Labour Party, P2B, respectively, as well as their supporters, to leave Bola Ahmed Tinubu alone. Umahi said there's no need to dig into the academic past of Tinubu from the Chicago State University because the so-called president has distinguished himself in all his appointments in public service. Under the hearing, people supporting evil. Nigeria now does not even need for you to go and begin to crack your head. You want to have a PhD, a DSS, or SSP, or BSc. Once you can lie and have money to buy yourself out, my dear, you are good to go. Look at what this man is saying. A public servant, for that matter, that because of the appointment he's doing, so they should allow, they should leave, they should not call a spade a spade. And here, David Umahe, he won't believe. The former Ebonyi State governor, who described President Tinubu as a student, also took a jibe at Atiku and Obi, who he said presented YS certificate. At least it's better than lying. It's better than lying on oath that you graduated from the Chicago State University, whereby that is perjury and forgery, fake certificate, fake identity, unknown godmen. Only one person have all these controversies upon his head. He called on the both presidential candidates and their supporters to leave Tinubu alone because he is the last hope for Nigeria. You are a liar. Last hope for Nigeria, right? Your family future have been secured now. You are in the government office eating the commonwealth of the nation. Why can't you speak rubbish? Okute News reports that Umahi gave the admission on Tuesday while unveiling his policy direction for the ministry in Abuja. The minister said, this so-called president is a man who is the answer to the prayers of Nigerians to God. This is a man who has passed through all the stages. Look at his appointment in the Federal Capital Territory, works, finance, and all others. This president is the last hope for this country. His renewed hope agenda needs the support of all of us. So, to you now, Tinubu appointed 10 Lagosians, 10 complete Lagosians in a strategic positions in his appointment. 10 from one state. But he appointed only 5 from 5 states in the southeast. And you said the appointment is okay. David Umahi, Ogu lo magbaye. Your future generation, Ogu lo magbaye. All those articulated and obedient, let them bring their principles. Who filed YS certificates? What did they score? They are challenging someone who is an A student. Umahi also slammed some state controllers of works, whom he accused of failing to perform their duties judiciously. He urged such persons to sit up or less or lose their jobs, according to David Umahi. According to him, only the director in the southwest and his team have performed credibly well. In another development, this one is under Gist, bridge that is linking some states in the Enugu state are broke down. That is the neglect from the Nigerian government or from the Fulanis controlled federal government of Nigeria. The Enugu State Ministry of Works and Infrastructure on Monday notified the general public of a bridge collapse which occurred on the 25th September 2023 along kilometer 1 Enugu-Port Harcourt Expressway, that is between Naira Triangle and the Goshen flyover. In a statement signed by the Gerard Otiji, the State Commissioner of Works, road users were advised to use alternative roads, namely New Haven or Ogwe Road, to their various destinations. He also assured that authorities will come up with the measures for immediate repair on the failed section. Below are the photos of the collapsed bridge and the reactions of most of the Nigerians or the netizens. The development also elicited reactions from Nigerians on social media who condemned the government for building poor infrastructure in the southeastern part of the country. Reacting, unbiased one wrote, if the federal government cannot maintain or reconstruct any of their existing infrastructures in the east, why not allow the east reduce their remittance to the federal government and use that money to work on all infrastructure in the east? Most of the horrible infrastructure projects in the east are federal government infrastructures. Jesse wrote, that is the bridge at the place Hausa people sell foodstuffs and livestock before Harry's filling station. That road and bridge was constructed between 1978 and 1979 and typically of Nigerian federal government. Nobody will care to inspect the bridge for any damages until it comes to this present situation. Spider 80 wrote, I just passed this bridge some moments before this happened. Josheron wrote, Igbos are not concerned about that. What concerns them is that Tinubu is stealing Lagos money. What a poor comment. Gaiman wrote, very poor federal infrastructures in the southeast. This is why they are not passionate about Nigeria. Carlo wrote, I know that bridge. It was a disaster waiting to happen. The bridge was already looking like something that will collapse at any moment. The last but not the least, we can no longer sleep with our two eyes closed. Afenifere, don't send a warning or message to Bola Ahmed Tinubu. The Pan-Yoruba social political group Afenifere has lamented over the spike of insecurity in the country. The group stated that Nigeria is becoming increasingly ungovernable. Okute News reports. This was contained in a statement issued and signed by its national leader and secretary Chief Ayo Adebanjo and Chief Olusola Ebiseni, respectively. Afenifere noted that the Nigerians are now alarmed over the spate of insecurity in the country, adding that the citizenry can no longer sleep with both eyes closed. The group lamented that scores of university students abducted in Zamfara are still with their abductors and their fate remains unknown. They noted that in spite of the pretenses, the country was becoming increasingly ungovernable and evidently ungoverned. Afenifere added, military officers were mowed down shamefully in Imo State with hunger in their belly. Nigerians cannot sleep with their two eyes closed. Nigeria is becoming increasingly ungovernable and evidently ungoverned in spite of the pretense from the so-called government of the day. On the proposed strike by the Nigerian Labour Congress, the group said that since the removal of oil subsidy and other economic policies hastily pronounced without planning for the collateral effects, the Nigerian masses have been abysmally pauperized. In reacting and calling for mass action in this regard, the NLC is living to its historic responsibilities. When I hear them, so my wonderful people, now here we go take a break. And I go hear my voice again, any moment from now, because as I'm dropping this one, another news is waiting for me at the corner. So make on help me share this message with your both hands. Let them know, mostly the Biafrans, let them know the people who is championing and facilitating the second colonization of the Easterners. Have a nice day and help me share, like, comment, and make sure you subscribe to my channel for more and interesting videos as we proceed. Bye for now, my wonderful people. I'll be right back. Kemesiano.